From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Here we go now. Green, 90. Green, 90. 5-9.
Ware takes the give from Mahomes, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
I can't believe they even let you play.
And it's complete to Kelsey. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 71 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And incomplete on the deep ball. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down.
I go.
Throwing again. Ryan. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Allen Bailey in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Gun.
Ryan. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him a gain of 37.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or 2 in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the change-up, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Hey. Here we go.
Now this time Mahomes will throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here we go now. Green.
They go play action here on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
We got 3 down. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the kick by Butker is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Ready! White tight end!
On second down, here's Ryan. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. 23 yards on the play.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Wait!
52.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. D. Ford leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Let's go!
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Tight end to the left. Tight end left.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And the pressure gets to him again. Anthony Hitchens in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
Hey, let's go!
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Watch tight.
22!
Tight end right.
Ready! You ready?
Three down.
Ready, set!
From the shotgun, Ryan. On the run, he'll let this go deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play on 3rd down for the Falcons. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Hey,
Gun!
we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Ready, set!
Look to run with Freeman. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Gun!
Mike, check. 59.
12!
Here's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones from 4 yards out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Bryant's extra point up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own
Here we go
20-yard
now.
line. Now Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Tight end right. Tight end
Slow, slow, slow. Here we go. Blue 45.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 73 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. I feel like the offensive coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. On 2nd down, Freeman. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Watch 80.
Ready. Blue 80.
Now it's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. He's got Sanu. Skirts by him at the 35. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play on 3rd down for the Falcons. 41 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Ryan going to give it to Freeman. He's to the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Here we go now. Green.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, and now it's 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Strong right. Ready. Green.
They go play action. Now Mahomes steps away. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
These 2 offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
On 4th down, it's Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
21.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. Special teams went out there and handled it. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Boom. Yeah, baby.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this.
Tight right.
4 down. 4 down.
Blue, Eddie, sit on it. Back 25.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
11.
He's tired of you.
Ready, go.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Ready, right 25.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
Ready, sit up.
Operating from the gun. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Mahomes now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Alert. Here we go.
Here's Mahomes now on the option right. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
45's the mic. 45's the mic.
They can't handle it.
There's Mahomes now on the option right.
Kill. Turn up.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He is going to find Hill here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Tight end, watch tight end. Tight right.
Mahomes now on first down.
3 down.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this is from 33. And Butker able to put this one through. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Dances by him.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they... The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
My bad, guys. My bad, guys. Z. Hey. Here we go now. Green.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I know you felt that one.
Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
Here we
I
go
would
now.
expect to see some
Green
pressure
90.
here.
Green 90.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Taken right on the 30. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Oh, yeah!
The good old toss play, and this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
Run, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. They'll roll him out right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Kind of a muddle in the middle of the field. Who's going to make a play on the football?
Throwing now is Mahomes. Flushed out right. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Bruce Irvin able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Green, 39.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
We got 4. Here we go. Blue.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Tight ends right. 3 down.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bruce Irvin in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them. What moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And going deep for him. And that's caught inside the 30. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Strong right.
We got 3. Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Here we go.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Ready! Green 90! Green 90!
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Now it's Mahomes again. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the kick by Butker is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
Throwing out the window.
yeah, let's get back on track here. Sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
Slam, slam, slam. Check, gun. Check hot route. Hot.
Bring it again. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Oh, yeah.
Tight end to the right, boy.
20. Let him go.
And they'll let their full-on try and push the pile. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first.
Gun.
3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a 1st down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. We're back now in KC. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Blue 80.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Let him go.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though.
We got 4 down.
Third and long. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10.
3 down.
And he'll be marked down all the way inside the KC 10. That goes for a gain of 31. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Got him for a loss as well here. That's one of the reasons they lead in the... And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down at the 10. And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Watch the curl.
He's got a man complete. Give him 30 yards there.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit it big over the top.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Here we go now. Green 39.
Going to run for it with Williams. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence?
It got his man complete.
That's it, baby.
A big-time play there for the Falcons. 41 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chris Jones in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. On second down, here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Tight end right.
Here we go.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Now Mahomes. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jack Crawford continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Gonna need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Four down. Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90. Mike's 5'9".
On the ground, this is Ware. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, any chance make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say,
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there, Ryan to Jones, 57 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Well, you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense that you can make a case that there's 11 in the box. There's just no run. So I'm with you. You got to find a way to push things downfield a little bit. Any type of space is better than what we just saw there. And that end result, not one that's satisfactory to them.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's third and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough.
Hey, Tuesday.
Now Ryan. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Crash! Yeah, baby! Woo!
So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2.
Double tight.
21. Five down. Stand ready for that.
He'll look to throw.
Crash down.
And his pass incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone looked at a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the...
And a 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. When we get...
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams taking it in from 4 yards out. Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Touchdown, baby.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but
Here we go now.
I'm looking at your
Blue
face and I'm
45.
thinking I
Blue
got to be
45.
careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game.
Hey,
You're
hey, hey,
inside of
hey,
2
hey,
minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Well, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy. They attempted the fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully, and I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know it's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner, but you actually told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really it's a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
Check down, 81, 11. Singles, ready, you ready? Get out, Hunt.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught at the 20. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 59 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Hooper, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score.
They're coming.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
Tight end right. We got 4.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
59's more.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Line of scrimmage, again
Hey,
the
hey,
25,
hey,
2nd and 10.
Tight end's right.
Ready.
The throw is Mahomes.
We got 4 down.
Steps away to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Slow.
Tight end's on the Ringo.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Mahomes to throw. On the move to his left. And Hill with it over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you can hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow.
And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game is really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock gets all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
The extra point up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Butker now to kick this one away.